Hello guys, welcome to a new tutorial of IoTmonk.com. I am Vivek, and in this tutorial we are going to apply machine learning on data collected from IoT sensor. While finishing the last tutorial, I asked you guys that what is the next thing you want to learn, and this is what you answered. So following it up, I have brought up this tutorial. So let's get started. So as mentioned in the beginning that we are going to collect data from IoT sensor and we are going to apply machine learning on that. I'll explain each and every step while working on it. And everything here will be hands-on and we'll be making it from scratch. So guys, while making this tutorial or making my other tutorials, I have 4 common things in my mind. I want to introduce a new component in every tutorial, so you get to learn new things in every tutorial. I want to make quality end-to-end videos. I want to be more focused on practical hands-on. And I want to make the videos which you would like to see. So please drop in the comment section any suggestion or what is the next thing you want to see from me. So let's get started. So this is the tutorial content which we will be seeing in this tutorial series. In the first step, we will be creating an API to add data on Google Spreadsheet using Google Scripts. So these are the 2 new components which I am going to introduce. That how do you create APIs in Google Script to update data in Google Spreadsheet. In the second chapter, we will be seeing how to update data from NodeMCU to this Google Spreadsheet. So we are going to use the API which we will be creating in the first chapter to write the data on Google Spreadsheet using NodeMCU. So here we are using DHT11. You can use any kind of sensor. I am using DHT11 because it is very common sensor. It totally depends upon you if you want to do machine learning on any other sensor data. Then we will be having a gap of 10 to 15 days. The reason being that machine learning is all about data. So we'll be waiting 15 days, and in this time you will keep your NodeMCU on to collect this data. And after this, when we have enough data, and we will be using Python to apply machine learning on the data collected by NodeMCU using Jupyter Notebook. I'll take you through the details of what Jupyter Notebook is and how we are going to apply machine learning in that specific chapter. And then we have a bonus content. So stick to the YouTube channel and I'm sure that you will like this bonus content. So let's get started. Before beginning, let's understand that what exactly are we trying to build. This is the architecture of what we will be building. So on the first hand, we will be having NodeMCU with a sensor. In this, we are using DHT11 that will be sending data on Google Sheets using Google Apps Script. Then after this data is collected here, we'll be exporting this sheet so that we can consume it in the Jupyter Notebook using Python. And then we will be applying some machine learning algorithm to predict the future data. So right now we are doing this on one sensor and one parameter. This is just an introductory tutorial on machine learning. In future, more machine learning tutorials are coming on. So I'm spending as much as time as I can on machine learning so I can create more quality tutorials and meaningful tutorials. So let's start. So you need to log into your Gmail account, then open the drive, create a new folder. I'll just name this folder as experiments. It's always good to create a new folder for your workspace. Inside these experiments, I'll right click and click on Google Sheets. In that folder, a Google Sheet will automatically get created. So I'll name this as, So I'll name this spreadsheet as my IoT data. You can name anything you want. Let's say I want, and then I'll specify that what fields I want to record. So ID, then time, date, and finally the value, which will be the value of IoT sensor. So ID, time, and date, it is something which we will write a script automatically generated as soon as data comes, and value is something which will be passed from ESP8266 to the Google Spreadsheet using Google Scripts API. Yeah. So now go on Tools, go on Script Editor. So using the script editor, we can interact with this Google Spreadsheet created here. So I'll name this spreadsheet as my script. All right. So now the script is created and it is saved. So I'll dismiss this and we'll start scripting. So the basic execution starts from do get. So we'll write a function do get. E will be our parameter, which we will get from ESP8266. So first we need to verify that what exactly is the action which ESP8266 wants to do. So we'll declare a variable named move e.parameter.func. So func is the stuff which we will pass from ESP8266. Like right now I have written only one function for inserting the data. So in future, you might want to update the data or delete the data. So this is a modular function. So in func, you will basically pass the action what you want to do, which is getting stored in mo. After that, we will write an if statement and we'll compare if mo equals to add data. If user wants to add data, then it should go in this condition. And here we will add data. So after getting into this condition, it will call a function which will be used to insert the incoming data. So in the next line, I'll call a function and get the result. Stat is equals to add data, which will be name of our function, and we will be passing the parameters which we will get, which is e. So let's write another function name add data. We will receive e, which is parameter, which is incoming parameter, and then we will start with the code. So first we need to open the sheet. So we'll declare and spreadsheet app dot open by URL. So in the URL section, you have to paste the URL of your spreadsheet. All right. Just hit enter. After that, the second step would be to get the ID of the last entered value. I'll explain it later that why is this required. So we'll get the last value by, so we'll declare a variable name var last val equals to sheet dot get range. In double inverted comma, we'll write a1, which is our ID column, of a dot get values. There we go. Then we get the ID var ID equals to last val dot filter string, this will be capital, string dot length of the data. Now we have length of the data, which will be inserted as a ID for the next data entry. Then we want time, so var current date equals to new date. Then we will get the actual date, so we will declare a variable name date equals to utilities dot format date, and we'll just paste this current date. Time zone, it is IST because I'm in India. You can replace it with your standard time, and I want the format in dd/mm/y. Then var I want time in the next field. So again, same, repeating the same step, utilities. By the way, to get the auto suggestion, just you type U and press Control space. It will automatically suggest for the predefined functions. Dot format date. Again, I'll repeat this, copy, and the format will be time. So it will be hours, minutes, and seconds. So now we have ID, we have date, we have time. Now we have to extract the value which we will be receiving ESP8266. So for this, hit enter. In the next line, type sheet dot append row. Our first column will be ID, then we will insert date, then we'll insert time, and finally our value, which will be e dot parameter dot val. I'll explain how it will work, and a semicolon. So here we are appending the incoming data in the Excel, in the spreadsheet. So we have extracted the ID, we got the date, we got the time, and then we got the incoming value. After that, I just want to return 1 to the main function. That's it. Save it. Now after returning 1, I'll write another condition. If stat equals to 1, then if stat equals to 1, then we have to send an acknowledgement to our ESP8266 that yes, we received the data and a new row has been added. To do that, declare a variable result equals to status colon true, and we will just return space content service dot create text output. Inside that we'll stringify json dot stringify result dot set MIME type service dot MIME type dot JSON. So this is something which will be returned in the JSON format. So I think we are done here for now. We'll just save this. We'll publish, deploy it as a web app. It will be new function, and put it as anyone, even anonymous, and deploy. It will ask for permission, review permission. I'll give this permission and allow. Just copy this URL and hit OK. So we have everything in place. So let's test it using Postman. Open the Postman. If you have not installed Postman, you can go and install Postman from their website. Let me just search it for you. So you can go on getpostman.com and you can download the app. So it's a desktop app and you can even get a Chrome extension for that. But I would suggest you to download the desktop app. So if you are following my previous tutorials, then I have used Postman extensively to test the APIs. It's a great tool. All right. So I'll open the Postman. In the new tab, simply paste this URL. Your post should be get. Then $func equals to, first we need to pass on what exactly we want to do. So we are passing func as add data. Func is equals to add data and value equals to 30. So here we are storing this func in mo, and then we are comparing. If the user is asking for add data, then it will call this function. In the add data, when we are receiving, here exactly is where we are adding the val, which we are passing it from here. So is the value parameters dot val, which will be 30. It should ideally store in this Excel sheet or spreadsheet. So just hit the send button. So if everything is in place, you will receive this message status true, and let's check this. As you can see that new value has been inserted. Now we'll try it with different value. It's 20 and I'll hit send. And we'll again check the spreadsheet. As you can see, new value has been inserted along with time and date and ID. We'll be calling this API from our Node MCU to store the data. Now, coming to the script. So we are getting ID by length of the total number of values here. So it will be 3. So for the new data, I'm setting the ID as whatever ID I got, which will be 3. So if I insert a new value, I'll go to the spreadsheet. Now when again this function will be called, the ID will be 4. So the next time I'm inserting the data, the ID will be 4. And this is how we are using length to actually get the ID. So our overhead of again calculating the ID and inserting is saved. And this is how you are capturing the data. So in the next tutorial, we are going to see how do we call this API from Node MCU to insert this data continuously. And this is where our first part of this tutorial ends. In the next tutorial, we will see how to update data from Node MCU in this Excel sheet, which will be real-time data. If you have any question regarding this part, please put it in the comment section. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated with the upcoming tutorials. Hit like and share this video if you found this tutorial useful. Comment below if you have any questions, and please subscribe to my channel if you want to keep seeing awesome tutorials. And don't forget to visit iotmonk.com for more tutorials.